custom of players walking on serving Scottish international Peter McBride. Described by the action. The magnificent stadium was one of the more developed grounds at the time, and we get glimpses of the new Town End stand, which only opened weeks before. The grandeur of this stand is in contrast to the open terraces also shown. The crowd grew from 6,000 to 8,000 during the first half. The game finished 2-2, with Wolves scoring 2 goals in the last 10 minutes of the match.
This year's wonder team, and apparently the only thing the experts are interested in now is the Queen is here too, to see Portsmouth in white shorts and the Wolves in the dark. And Guthrie wins the tables on his old team to put Portsmouth 1 up. Loose to Arca, rushes in to make it 3 for Pompey. Here comes the magnificent Wolves movement as Burton runs in, and Dorset sends over a superb cross shot to make it 3-1.
At the Molineux grounds, the great Billy Wright said goodbye as a player to the game he has so long adorned. He skippered Wolves in a practice game against the reserve side. Most football fans hoped he'd play at least one more season with the Wanderers, but the man who starred for England 105 times wanted to leave while he was still at the top.
They're wearing white shorts. Plummer, Wright and Mr. Mortimer, and Plummer wins the toss. Was playing great football. His speed and control was terrific. The chance he was looking for. One up to the Wolves. They kept up the pressure, and here's a study. Wolves' second score followed a lob from Wright. Jimmy Dunn has a shot. The ball comes back to Pye, and it's a goal. Leicester kicked off after the interval and promptly began. All-out attack was rewarded. Jack Lee had a shot which Williams parried, but Mal Griffiths netted. When Ken Chisholm beat Williams with a hard drive, but was given offside, and certainly looked it. Another, and then put in a shot for Wolves that gave Bradley no chance. That was virtually the end. And when Billy Wright... But Wright himself was well aware of the gallant...
It's a marvellous game here, and I'm happiest man in the world today, but I would like to...
Hancock's worries goalie Farrago, who has little time to recover before left winger Smith has a go. Argue now, for Puskas takes the kick and Coxis heads it home. Cos, Billy Wright's in pursuit. 2-0, where goalie Williams fights desperately to keep the Wolves' net clear. A penalty, says the ref, and Hancock takes it. Swinburne, who makes no mistake with a header into the net. 2-2. A perfect pass to Swinburne, who cracks in his second goal. The goal that makes the final score 3-2 to the happy Wanderers. Here it is, the match of the year. Spartak in light shorts kick off against Wolverhampton Wanderers at the Molineux ground. What a good clearance, and Leslie Smith takes over and lines up to centre. But Piraev's acrobatics keeps Spartak free from danger. A hefty clearance by the gloomy goalie, and Voroshilov takes up the running with Billy Wright after him. A brilliant tackle, but Wright is hurt. Simonian shoots high. But the Wolves' defence holds firm. With honours more or less even, half-time comes and there's still no score. Zedoff and Hancock's fight for possession, but is Bill Shorthouse a great chance. Piraev fails to punch clear and Wilshaw forces it home. First blood to the Wolves. On the pressure in the last minutes. Wilshaw draws Piraev, but he's robbed. Nevertheless, a corner for the Wolves. Hancock later, Swinburne chases a pass from Hancock's, and his shot from 20 yards smacks into the net for another. With the Spartak defence thoroughly rattled by now, down swoop the Wolves again.
Huts come out with Wolverhampton Wanderers. Cup final tradition is maintained. Then, with the ball on the spot, there's something of an innovation. Wolves' forward line was soon in action. Wolves in up during some critical moments. Cross from Flowers sent Stobart away. In came... Soon after this, Dave Whelan was in collision at work again. Wolves attacking now, and after 20 minutes, and Wolves working away to make certain of taking, but the ref rules it offside. Yes, madam, we know, it was offside. And in spite of the handicap, made gallant efforts, but in vain. Minutes with another from Deal. True enough, and soon Bill Stitches of Gloucester did the honours. Made it clear. Back in their dressing room, Ronnie Clayton, Blackburn skipper, made a point of brought the cup home for... The whole town was out, of course, to see the trophy and applaud the men who'd won it. Supporters now saw it bought. The vast throng of football fans fairly let themselves go, cheering Bill's famous prize in the soccer world. The ceremonial. Blackburn Rovers in... The exchange of banners between Bill Slater Wolves and Ronnie Clayton, with Dealey, Stobart and Murray featuring in a good movement. Cross from Flowers sent Stobart away. In came... injured. What shocking luck. It taught all the second half. And Wolves working away to make certain of taking... Movietone Sports slow down camera analyzes it. True enough, and soon Bill made it clear. Congratulations, fair enough. The triumph at Wolverhampton. For the fourth time in their history, Wolves who'd won it. Supporters now saw it since 1949. The vast throng of football was displayed for all to see.
Era la Copa d'Europa, la gran SK, el Milà i el Wolverhampton, considerat en aquells moments un dels millors equips britànics. Llops van ser derrotats a Barcelona per 4-0 i en el partit de tornada el resultat va ser de 2-5, partit memorable en què Coxis va marcar 4 gols.
Wolves versus Spurs in the UEFA Cup final. The two captains, and the teams are going to change ends. This is the first leg of the Jim McCarthy. In fact, the Wolves captain was the only Wolves doubt. In fact, he's had blurred vision, is still complaining of it slightly. Announced earlier in the day, captained by Alan Mullery, who was dropped. And Chivers almost found that absolutely right. That is twice in the first 8 minutes a Tottenham player has noted just wasn't pulled back far enough. We're off the line, just inside the half, and what a shot it was. Hagan, UEFA Cup final first leg. Forced to handle, but he was pushed. Beale. Caught in no man's land, but the credit to Chivers, a brilliant. You're really sticking out. It's 1-8. Right. What a good goalkeeper Pat Jennings is, and it just needed a flick. Kick that one out. Beaten by the sheer speed and surprise of the shot. And Chivers again. Taylor.
And here they come. Spurs on the right in the all-black shorts. A unique occasion in European football. Was the first English side to win in Europe when they won the European Cup during the glories of their club in the late 1950s. On a balmy summer evening, Martin Peters hitting one, and Muller is good. They watch for Chivers, and they watch for England. He'll take him with his head. So there's the free kick taken by Martin Peters. Mullery getting in before Hagan and before Parks. A beautifully taken free kick goal, and Mullery is in trouble. A great goal there. Tremendous left foot drive.
Oh, it's celebration time. Spurs, the first British side to win for the champagne, Martin Chivers. So Spurs have now won the cup winner.
Back for Palmer again. Now is this the moment? Hibbett with a shot! Marsh, pushed away right at the very last by Pearce. And in goes Pardo. And here's a chance for Marsh. And he's got it in well. Oh, and this is a chance for Bell. And he's taken. Monroe having it knocked off the top of his head there by Tommy Booth. Here's Bailey. Crossed in again for Sunderland. And now it's a chance for Richards. Oh, and he's got it! John Richards! There as Francis gets his shot in, able to take it up. Great burst from the midfield by Peter Daniel, and he having the power or direction this right hand side. A little flick in there towards Francis, and again it's Frank Gray right in there. O'Neill just Francis through the middle, taking that ball nicely in his stride, but so Emlyn Hughes may be a little lucky. Here is the corner at the near with the corner. Andy Gray got that away, just too high. I would think to Kenny Hibbett, or no, a little chip himself towards Andy Gray, just a little too... He's a little out of confidence when things are in the air. Oh, Andy Gray has Wolves into the lead. The near post, Berry getting there. Oh, Bartle's playing it back. Well, that parted O'Neill's face. It looked for sure that suddenly it came out and... Well, he got in bravely there, Trevor Francis. After Kenny Burns spotting that something might be on, but he couldn't quite get the right... Wolves have done it! They have each other, the delight...
Card had been the standout fixture. The Wolves' new manager Ståle Solbakken had in mind for his English debut. Wolves only got going while Sylvain Ebanks-Blake fired them ahead after half-time, thanks to Tongo Dumbia's good work in the build-up. Within 9 minutes, however, Wolves are undone. Josh Payne's corner, Mark Rankin's header. An extra time. 13 spot kicks, including Disney Ford, were successful. But number 14 proved unlucky for Jordan Roberts, as Carly Kamey saved. So a winning start for Wolves' new boss, and no repeat of last year's.
From Wolverhampton, Gary Bellamy from a free kick almost gave them an early lead. Then from the corner, Steve Bull turned goal maker. On to striking partner Andy Much, and a shot beyond everyone's reach. 1-0. The crowd ecstatic, but into the second half came disaster. Skipper Ali Robertson had to leave the field injured, so relief when Robbie Dennison floated in his free kick. 2-0. But Burnley weren't finished. Paul Comstive's header was too close for comfort. But at the end of the one they call the friendly final, the trophy was Wolves.
Lee plays it back to McAtee and chips it on. John McGinley! Puts by John McGinley! Super jump! The hero at Burnham Park! And did we miss that one? It's a player. Oh dear! You'll never get closer to that. Gets the cross in. It's good! Puts the ball in the net! Wembley! Here we go! We're going up! Premier League at Burnham Park! You've got it! The Whites have done it! Performance from every man.
5-4 because of the result at Molineux, we knew we could still...
To be sure of Wembley. They got 1 on 29 minutes. The former England man Jeff Thomas played in Mark Atkins, and Atkins beat Carlo Nash. That cheered McGee. He knew one more goal and not be enough. And at 1-0 at half-time, there was optimism too among the Molineux masses as the game developed into a full-blooded affair in the second half. Hopkin was left hobbling, but he had his revenge on 65 minutes. The Palace skipper showed bravery, speed to aggregate lead. The two benches showed contrasting emotions, and from the stands, Alex Ferguson's son Darren was destined for another year of nationwide league football. Wolves attacked frantically. Goodman appealed in vain for a penalty. But then from a corner, Adrian Williams made it 2-1 on the night. They tried, but they couldn't, and Palace secured a second playoff successive years. Jeremy Langdon, Sky News.
Lives up to its billing. Outstanding pair. Providing a comfortable Ince. By Robert Page. Saba found himself Rook. Tong. Own patch. In Cardiff he could have been with Wales in set. Page, who lifted the First Division 4 years ago with Carla Saba, another veteran of penalties. Mark Rankin was recently here as well with Preston against Bolton. High from Irwin, chasing back his Page. In Cardiff, who has been promoted before with Bolton, won the Sheffield United 9 years ago, and he had at Wembley. The final ended 2-2, and his first goal came after 80. For Cabba to chase, the man who had such an impact on Steve Cabba, and he's kept it in for Asaba. They defended it well. Miller's chase. Jack Yelka backpedaling. Came to Kennedy! Let's see. And it's all goal.
Номер 2, Винсан Компани номер 4, Эмерик Габриэл Жезус номер 30 кился в его в кубке играет Аурелио Гомес. Это своего рода дань такого уважения. Александр трофей Сити собрал. Кроме вот этого, пока возникает ситуация, это сразу Кимарес, и мяч до него доходит. Хорошая подача, и тем не менее это...
Сколько форвардов у людской гонки.
Итак, снова правый фланг, снова прострел. Головой. Хорошая подача. 1 на 1 практически. Выручает. Повадка, работа с мячом. Монтировали. Но опасно будет. Перейра второй шанс имеет. Но ему удар мешает. Был в тени откровенно в этом чемпионском сезоне. Еще навесная удара. И как Стерлинг дорабатывает голову. Давид Сильва. они дожали в этой атаке. Как ну, просто удивительно. Атаки до ума Сити довести не мог. А атака, которая была в 35-40 метрах, он встретился с мячом. Кажется, команде... Какой пас изумительный! 2-0! Продуманно и прочувствовано здесь. Габриэл Жезус. Его скидка буквально с... И вот его маневры низом здорово на Гюндогана. И тот...
Tira la carrera por delante Traoré, le persiguen Nesiri, también Diego Carlos. Pasillo izquierdo, ojo a Traoré que se puede meter en el área, juego de peligro, cae Traoré. Venga, Bono, que esa es tuya, tira la carrera. Raul Jimenez, la para, Bono, la para, Bono, la para. Bueno. Sí, la puerta, la va a sacar Rui Patricio. Viene el recorte de Suso, la pone el segundo palo, Koundé, arriba. Va Vanega, la pelota de Vanega, mete la mano Rui Patricio. Metió la mano, esquina para el Sevilla. Ever Vanega.
Dangerous ball towards the far post and headed home. It's a couple of chances already. He couldn't miss that one. Reverse it back in. Semedo! It's a beautiful goal on the final day of the season. Pitch on behind, and it's Williams into the penalty, and it's Williams striking, and well for a Wolves goal kick. So he puts his right foot. This is the issue.
Told you.
It's Matt James scoops it. And scoops it well wide. White striking, it's just wide of the right-hand post.
season making the playoffs. We were all disappointed not to get
fourth division. It's only third division. Chances come along, and you have to stick them away.
Gold, all his experience.